Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of K3N Cloth Tales Weekly Slow Stitch Along 2024. We are on week 7 and I have week 5 and 6 to catch you up on, as well as picking some fabric for this week. So let's get after it. So somewhere in this off-camera pilo stuff I thought, what is this? Is it? Haha, it is. Okay, so week 5 was English paper piecing, and I wanted to do some sewing of my EPP onto the my experiments. And so what I did was I used gold thread. Gold thread, never a good idea because it has a mind of its own. It doesn't like things. It's fractious and delicate and upsettable. But I decided not only that would I use that, but I would also use it to try out a new stitch. I think this stitch is called a split blanket stitch. And can I find it? Yes. So this is probably where I started, where I didn't know what I was doing. And you can see there's bunching and honking along that isn't all that pretty, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the part where I actually know what I'm doing by this point. So this basically allows you to create this kind of a pretty zigzag view. And the way you generate that is when the thread comes up the top, and then you put, instead of putting the needle under both threads, you only put it under one and over the other, and then let it pull, one go one way, one go the other way. So success on my part because I tried a new stitch. Like this a lot. What else do I want to say about it? When I was sewing these together, I got disoriented about which way goes which, but you can't notice and nobody cares. I am super excited about this new stitch though, because by the time I ended it, I really knew what I was doing. So that is week 6 in the books. Here is week 7, which is, Trixie fabric. So I'll bring this up a little closer so you can see it. So I have like a thick twill. This is upholstery, this is upholstery, this is denim, this is Ada cloth, these are 2 sari silks, and this is a stitch bunny from a sewing machine that is folded over. And my mom actually created that one, I think, which makes it quite precious. I kind of was going to start with the whole idea of doing like a running stitch, but this Ada cloth already had this stitching started. And so I matched the thread, and then instead of a running stitch, I just used X's everywhere, or cross stitches. And this one came out kind of nice in the back. I always try and show you the back as well, because there's no secrets in hand stitching. So I like this one. I like a lot of, feel like I am getting into an understanding. Oh, and this is lining. I didn't talk about that one. Getting into my own method, and that is I like bright colors, which is fine. Okay, so this week is a Scrappy Heart. This card is ish. Let's label that. This is 6.5 inches by 6.5 inches, and that's about the size that I'm making these. I know 6 inches would make more sense if I make a quilt out of it. I will do one of 2 things. I will make squares that are 6.5 inches by 6.5, or 6, and I will just lose some of the edges. We're not there yet. So This is Scrappy Hearts, so I'm thinking that most of the material is going to be a red. I'm going to use some of my Test 1 material, which is my, ooh. See, these are going to be nice with red. Yes, good choice. Listen to me talk to myself. So, where are we here? Yes, this bit. So this is the fabric that I used with the iron and tea dyeing method that K3N used for her dyeing, and I did a whole series of that. It's available somewhere on my YouTube. Here we are. It's quite exciting. I have so much of this material now, not gonna lie. Like a lot. A lot. That's not straight really. I'll fix it in post. Here we are. Oops. A little over. That's all right. It's a fan. It is just a fan. Making this much fabric though, if I only had like a small little bit, I might not be so inclined to be so liberal with the using up of it. And yes, I had to keep track of the tests. So I have a test 1, a test 2, and a test 3 in my, well, one of several fabric baskets. So there we are. There's that, that. Does it matter? Let's just pick a side and say that's where the heart's gonna go. Okay. And now this, so heart shape is just take a scrap piece of paper, fold it in half, and then do about the shape. You can also go to the internet. I'm sure they will give you templates for hearts. You can use, what else can you use? There's today and yesterday, there were probably a lot of pictures in various media outlets of hearts that you could use. And you don't have to use one that's symmetric. You could use one that's, you know, they could do the little swirly whirls. I'm going to use this one, I think. Now, what did Catherine do? I think she did hers on a blank. I should have watched it to the end, quite frankly, because I'm always so excited that I will watch it until I get what she's going to do, and then I'm off. Now, if we're going to applique the heart, I wonder if if this is big enough. Just big enough. Whew. So I'm using this ugly fabric. It is not pretty. I am making no assertions to its loveliness. But let's use this as the scrap piece. Oops. Okay, let's do this first. Wow, we're all over the map. It's because I'm so excited to get started. No Wheaties this morning. Here we are. Okay. And I mean, the more I use it, the... I could do that. It's probably going to be easier to see even. Did I rip the right edge? No, there's your problem. Okay. Here, I'm not going to use that pencil because it doesn't seem to want to go. Good enough. Next thing was to pull up some bits of red fabric. This is a package of pre-done squares, and I don't necessarily want to use them because they are neat and tidy. I would rather use the scraps. Ooh, these are all kind of silky stuff. Okay. There we are, silk. Okay, well there's a bit. Those seem to be a bit large. And I don't think there's really anything else. Not really. Although I will have to undo this. What's that little orange bit? Might be attached to this. Maybe. Okay. So I'm going to take that. Cut off this bit. It's funny when you start a challenge and you get one done, the place where you are accumulating the pieces always is a bit empty looking because you have a fairly substantial, I have a plastic crate that's about this deep. And it's like you put the one thing in and it's like, oh, that's just sad, but you gotta wait. And then suddenly you're on week 7 and you're accumulating stuff. And it's all very thrilling. Well, maybe I'll do something like that. Sure, I don't know. I'm making stuff up. So, oh, okay, so those are my needles. That's green. What's this? This is more, I have all these squares of fabric that have come from somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. Is that red? Maybe. That's a bit. That could be a fun little decoration. Let's bring this into view so you can poke around with me. Now these are my tiny bits. And then we also have a larger, ooh, a little bit of tartan. That's fun. It's orange. That's orange. That's red. Oh, I loathe that piece of fabric. And somebody somewhere is saying, then why are you using it? Ooh, so this is more Aida. I don't know where all this Aida cloth is coming from, but I am happy to have it because what a fabulous thing to slow stitch on. Oh, here's a nice little bit. I don't think we'll need to dig into our bigger stash at all. But maybe we could just have like a once over poke around just to see if there's anything particularly wonderful. Ooh, here's part of Canadian flag. Yeah. Oh, that's what that is too. Never mind. That goes like that. Oh. Okay, so I was cutting up a flag. I was not cutting up a flag. I was cutting a material of which flag was a piece. Is that what it wants to be? I don't know. We're losing something here. Well, this might be a better piece if we're going to use it. Here's another light piece. Okay, I don't think there's anything. What's this? That's a bit. Pink. It's a little too orange. Okay, so I would say that we have exhausted the possibilities of this bin. And that goes on there. And then we'll have a large bin of scraps. So that's red. I don't know if I like the gingham though. No. So this is the for anybody who's just joining, this is the original color of the fabric that I have dyed. Ooh. That's too orange. It's too orange. Yeah, no, not really. What is that? That's more of that. Oh, take a slightly larger piece. What's all this in here? Ba-dum. So at some point, I was careful, and then I lost the plot, which is totally okay. But I'm now fishing through plot that has been lost. Oh, this would be fun. It's got a number on it. 14? 14, done. We have more than enough. Now, I think. Way more than enough. I can cover this little puppy over about 17 times. Okay, some decoration. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the 4. This is called Lights, Camera, Action by somebody. I don't know who. No idea where I got this fabric. So there's the 4. And I just want to keep the lights camera whole and also attached, because you never know. I might fussy cut out the numbers. I am not sure. So put that away. This. So this was the original. This is the tea and iron dyeing, and that was the original color of the fabric, which is kind of bananas, the amount of color change that it gives. Should keep that out, because I suspect it won't be the last time that I refer to it. Okay, so this I don't need for a while. We are faffing around with our numbers. So we have the 14. So 14 is 14th for Valentine's Day. We have this, we have that bit. Got a bunch of this. This is more of that. I should have set my timer to figure out how long we've been going here, because I don't like to go much more than an hour, because I get tired, the internet gets tired, and after an hour, you might get tired. Okay. The reason why I think I don't like it is because the paint, or at least the dye, it's painted, it's not woven. And so whatever stamping happened is quite thick. Possibly to prove the point, here's a needle. Can you hear that? That's very, very thick, tightly woven. So I might put that off to the side for the mow. So that's gonna be like that color. So do we want red? I like, you know what, just fine. Just do it. So I think what I don't want is all this extra patterning. I think what I really want is this one bit here. I can cope with the dots. But everything else, not so much. That goes back in there. So there we are. Is that where I want it? Sure. So there's a thought. The 1 can go here, and the 4 can go here. Maybe. Depends on how goofy it looks. That's the right side? That's the right side. Kind of like that. There. Let's try that. Let's keep going. Where'd the, here. So I think I should have something there. I'm going to take off the white because the white, I will just see it. fine. And that's going to work like that. There. Now I need something for there, and I need something for there, and then we'll be good. I'll probably do another one of these. Okay, that's good enough. There. So step one, we need to, for sure, I think I do need to fussy cut the numbers out. I will leave a little bit of a red border, because if I take the red border off and I need it, I'll never be able to cut it back. So there's 4. Yeah, that looks good. There we are. Looks better together, sort of in that arrangement. So that would be kind of fun. That covers a lot of this, and I still have a splodgy spot up there. Maybe that would cover it, or about this. Anything? Nope, too small. Might work. That'll go on there. This is going to be incredibly scrappy. Very, very scrappy indeed. So I think that's all she wrote. All that remains now is for me to do some sewing and basting, which I will do off camera. And then I'll put the 14 maybe down there. Yeah, I think that would be good. What's this white line? That's the white line. Okay, so I think we are done. We will see each other super soon, within a week. Hopefully this will be done by then, and we will be well on to week 8. So as always, thank you so much for joining. What's my outro? My outro is please take care of yourself and stay out of trouble. Talk to you soon. Bye now.